What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nemo's podcast. I'm your host, Amar Nemo. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you get a quick second, please hit that like, subscribe, and comment below after the video. It just takes a second, guys. Just a quick boom, and that's it. And hit that bell notification. It really does mean a lot to me, guys. Okay, just got back from watching Predator Badlands. Now, did I like this movie? Did I not like this movie? Let's find out.
You can be a legend.
Predator Badlands, rated PG-13.
As a longtime fan of the Predator franchise, I have to say Predator Badlands absolutely delivers. I love these movies since the OG 1987 classic with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You one ugly motherfucker.
And I even have a soft spot for Predator 2 with Danny Glover.
And more victims, more mutilation. Fuck you.
They're like my guilty pleasures. So when I say Badlands impress me, that's saying something, all right? The plot this time around flips it on its head. Instead of the Predator being an ultimate hunter, we actually see it become the hunted, a clever fish out of water story that gives the franchise a fresh angle. The movie follows Elle Fanning's character, a resilient tracker caught in the crossfire between human forces and a stranded predator in the harsh desert setting. What unfolds is a high-octane battle of survival, with some unexpected emotional moments that hit harder than expected. I promise you guys, you're going to love this movie. Elle Fanning absolutely crushed her role. She brings that real intensity and heart to the screen.
There are so many powerful, strong women in the Predator universe. I'm excited to join the group of badasses. Hi! I'm synthetic. I was built and deployed by the Weyland-Yutani Corporation for research. We found that
when I was first thinking about Predator Badlands, I loved the idea of Deck and Thia being like Chewbacca and C-3PO.
we might not be alone in this hunt. Thia, she's technically broken. She is trying to make her way back to find her sister. She's more scientific and she's not quite as emotional.
Tessa has spent all of her time dealing with any threat that's in her way.
I played both characters. I worked a lot with Dan to try to figure out how to differentiate the two.
Elle was tremendous. She just knows how to make us believe that she is something more than human.
Now let's talk about Dimitrius. I think he smashed this movie as the new Predator. This dude was so vulnerable in the movie, and he was such a badass at the same time. I mean, I really did love his sword fighting in the movie. I don't know if he's a stunt guy or something. I don't know. I got to look it up. But he was so good in the film.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. So my initial introduction to the franchise was with the OG Predator with Arnold. My dad is a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, so yeah, anything he was in was always just playing on TV. So yeah, I was quite young when I first watched it. I was terrified. I hated the Predator. I was so scared. But yeah, watched like a few clips of the second one as I was getting older, and then watched Prey when it came out as well during lockdown. And then obviously when I got the role in this, I had to just do a movie marathon and watch every single one and yeah, read up in the comics, and it made me a genuine fan like of the character and just of the franchise in general. You know, it's such a loved franchise, you know, by so many, and it's such an honor to be able to step into the Predator's shoes and yeah, bring it to the world in a whole different light, a different story. Yeah, it's really exciting.
When I say this movie is action-packed, I mean it. From start to finish, Predator Badlands is a non-stop thrill ride loaded with practical effects. that make it feel gritty and real, just like the original films. The execution was top tier. I loved every minute of it. It's like it had that comic book energy, you know, the fast pacing and some of that great humor sprinkled in. This is the Predator movie I've been waiting for. You know, no disrespect to Shane Black. He is one of my favorite writers and directors, but his movie it was a little bit different, you know. I love Shane Black. I mean, from Last Action Hero, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Mr. Nice Guys, Lethal Weapon. I mean, I can keep going. A Long Kiss Goodnight. I mean, that dude knows how to write movies. And if you ever notice his movies, they are always in a Christmas setting, which is awesome. You know, it has all the cool lights and everything, you know. So, yeah, but no disrespect to him. But this movie definitely surpassed his film. And I like the Hulu one. The movie that came out to Hulu, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called Predator or something like that. Anyway, that movie was sick too, but this film just upped everything. Now, another thing I want to mention, I think it would be really cool if Arnold Schwarzenegger came back for a new one in this tone, living, you know, off the grid in a jungle or somewhere, eating some chicken or whatever, and the CIA tracks him down because they need his help to hunt these creatures again. I think that would be epic. Okay, guys, I'm going to rate this movie. I'm going to rate this movie as an 8.3 out of 10, and like I say, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but let me know in that comment section. Let's talk about it, right? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you like about it? And like I said, I really do wish Mr. Get to the Chopper, you know, is in this new franchise. Like, I think it would be so sick if he's just, you know, chilling in the jungle, eating some raw chicken or whatever. And, you know, you got the CIA operatives coming in, they're mercenaries or whatever, and saying, yo, dude, we need your help. And he gets up and he's just like, let's do it. You know, I did it before, I'll do it again or whatever. Yeah, that's my Arnold impression. Anyway, I think it would be cool if him and the new Predator and Elle Fanning's new character all joined forces. Like, this movie did remind me of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like straight up. Like, that's just my opinion. You'll see why I don't want to spoil nothing, but you'll see. And RIP to Carl Weathers. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him like a few years ago. It just sucks he wouldn't take a debit card, you know. A lot of these guys don't take debits these days, you know, at Comic-Cons. They want the cash, but everyone goes to these ATM machines, you know, and just, you know, they take all the money. What am I supposed to do? But my boy Nate did get an autograph, and I told him, like, dude, you got to get the quote. There is no tomorrow. And he did, and I think that was pretty cool. And Mr. Weathers was awesome, you know, gave me some cool acting advice and stuff like that. So it was cool to meet the legend. RIP to you, brother. Okay, guys, have a great week. Take care. Peace. Before I get off, guys, and show you the Predator Badlands behind the scenes, I have a quick question. It's a trivia question. Who was the first Predator? Only real nerds know this, all right? Let me know in that comment section, okay? Real soon, I'm going to be giving away some cool prizes. You guys are going to love it. I got some really cool stuff, some stuff that you can't get no more. Put it that way. All right, take care, guys. Here's the behind the scenes.
Hi, I'm Alec Gillis, creature designer, and I'd like to show you some of the stuff we're doing with the brand new Predator. What's exciting to me is that we have Dan Trachtenberg at the helm,
Who loves to get as much in camera as possible.
Alec is one of my most treasured collaborators. He started on the original Predator movie.
The Predator aesthetic is ancient looking, but at the same time, very modern.
Weta Workshop worked with Alec to create the incredible suits and weaponry.
I'm very impressed with how Weta has been able to design everything. These weapons have to be hero close-up worthy as well as stunt worthy. You gotta like be able to take a tumble and a fall and not break a weapon. So Weta Workshop is really expert at creating those different types of weapons.
I was very excited to bring to the Predator franchise a sword for the first time that uses electricity the way all of the other Yautja weapons do, but is able to be wielded in a way that speaks to the nobility of a knight or ferocity of a barbarian.
Dan Trachtenberg, he's developed and expanded this universe in a way that I think the fans are really going to love.
We might not be alone in this hunt.
Today we had
our first rain, which we wanted for most of the movie. Luckily, this did create the kind of atmosphere that we want. We want the movie to not be bright and sunny. We want it to be a little bit more atmospheric. Come with us on this journey. Follow us. With Predator Badlands, the first thought was, what if we take this classic movie monster and make you root for it? We wanted people to relate to this creature that is simultaneously vulnerable, but still a terrifying monster.
Awesome, awesome.
And we wanted to give it a sense of nobility and dignity in a way that we don't normally see in this genre. That was the challenge of Badlands.
So this is your first hunt. You're after a creature that can't be killed.
We've never attempted a giant adventure film.
Ready, action!
Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey.
We wanted to make sure to give people a big screen experience that would be absolutely insane.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Good morning, Jeff.
How cool is this?
And action. Spinning around.
Thank you.
Day one.
And action!
It's like your competition is better. Woo! I know it's when you read the script, it's like it's also the kind of this buddy comedy, and it matters about the dynamic and the relationship between the two characters. I mean, for us, we hit it off pretty much right away, I have to say. You also, there's no time, like you have to, like, we gotta get close because we're getting strapped back to back, and it's like, you gotta be in it or not in it,
you gotta commit.
We gotta commit, and so we really did. And when you're in those situations with someone else, feeling the pain or the uncomfortableness or whatever it may be, in these kind of odd situations that no one else would find themselves in, you get close pretty fast, I have to say, which we did. And then from like an acting standpoint, Dimitrius, you're speaking Yautja, I'm speaking English, and so, but you also have to find that nice rhythm with the dialogue and the cadence, and to make sure the jokes hit, and so that was complex as well. I mean, we would run lines a lot too.
We were running lines.
Yeah.
It was, I think as well, because it was a difficult kind of shoot to get through, like shooting on location, it comes with its challenges, and being in our harnesses and being strapped up together, it's not the most comfortable place to be, but I think because of how difficult it was, it forced us to kind of trust each other and lean on each other a little bit, make sure that both of us felt supported. That in itself, I guess, was building that rapport and chemistry between us, because you kind of get close when it's hard, you rally together, and not only just us, extending to the whole crew, everybody was getting behind each other. And I think Dan really, he's the mastermind behind the culture on set, I guess, and driving the vision home for everyone. Everyone was invested in the story and wanted it to do well, and were giving it their all. So kind of staying positive during those hard times. It's I think it just, you're bound to get close from that. So yeah.